Yo, 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 what is up, everybody? Chris here from Fake Sports News, Axe Rotation, however the flipping on these interwebs. And today I'm going to be bringing you guys a Major 4 recap, just kind of running down what happened at our most recent major, the last one of the CDL season in Paris, France, and kind of giving you guys a State of the Union. So, hope you guys enjoyed the intro as always. This has been kind of a hard one to record because personally, I don't know. This season I hit an all-time low in terms of my motivation to keep going with this and just my passion overall for this niche. So, kind of not sure what the future holds for me. It's just very hard to get any sort of traction here. I've been doing this for 8 years, and mentally and emotionally, if I'm being honest with you, I'm just kind of beat up over this whole process. It's just been largely thankless. Just a lot of me working and not a lot of feedback or really like confirmation that I should keep doing what I'm doing. So I'm kind of struggling to see the pathway forward. And that's why this has been really delayed. Putting this video out, I just have been wrestling with, the idea of whether or not I call it quits after the season. It's just a lot of pressure and a lot of work and a lot of sacrifice for my body. And, I get sick every weekend that we have one of these major tournaments, and it's so rough with my health stuff. So I genuinely don't know. It's genuinely not worth my while. And I just don't know if I have another year in me of this whole charade. So that's my announcement. Didn't want to make it a doom and gloom, like make it all about me kind of moment, but I'm kind of out of gas, so just had to be transparent and just kind of lay it all out there. Maybe I will get a second wind after the season ends. I'm really just exhausted. But yeah, we'll see on the other side of EWC and a little bit of a break how I feel. So yeah, looking at Major 4, we of course had the OpTic Texas side taking on the Boston Breach as I was wiping the crusties out of my eyes, getting a little bit of coffee, and starting my workday coincidentally at the same time. So OpTic was able to take down the Breach with a 3-1 victory. No box scores today because Champs is tomorrow, and like I said, my motivation is at an all-time low, so I'm just not trying to over encumber myself and make sure that the uploads never go out. So, yeah, G2 got a surprise 3-2 win over the Riyadh Falcons. If you guys missed that, highlights are on the channel for all of these series. Then in the top half of the winners side, we of course had the LA Thieves taking on the Carolina Royal Ravens. Swift 3-0 on the side station, and then the Paris Gentlemates, of course, were taken down by Faze Vegas with a 3-1 victory, and Draza told them to do something not appropriate for me to say on the YouTubes. So, in the bottom half of the elimination round one bracket, we of course had the Koi Boys sending home the Riyadh Falcons. Celium and Co. got bounced out top 12. And Riyadh, their year of disappointing land finishes continues. And yeah, Pred got brought in for Aluka, and oof, it's been a mess. So, looking at it, speaking of messes, the Boston Breach made a mess of the Vancouver Surge and their plans to ruin some people's days. So, Boston was able to take down the Vancouver Surge, coincidentally ruining their day. And on the top half of the bracket, of course, the Royal Ravens dropped to the elimination round one to face the Miami Heretics, who were ready and waiting for an opportunity to really prove themselves on the LAN frontier. And they proved themselves in this Game 5 victory over the Royal Ravens. If you missed that one, go check it out on the channel. So, in the bottom half of the elimination bracket, as you guys can see, we had the Gentlemates, the home team, taking on Cloud9 New York, who obviously were there because of their 12th place seed, maybe, going into the major, and they lost 3-0 to the home crowd. So, mates were able to farm them for some easy aura points and eliminate them consequently. Then, to close things out in our last matchup of the day, we had Koi taking on the Boston Breach, and they were able to end Boston Breach's Cinderella story right here by, taking her back home. Clock struck midnight. So, speaking of the clock, it struck 8 a.m. and we kicked things off bright and early with a Game 5 between the hosts of the event, the Paris Gentlemen, and the Miami Heretics, a team who had been looking to prove themselves on LAN up until this point. So, of course, you guys can see the Gentlemen got a 3-2 over the Heretics. Then we hopped back to the winner side of the bracket where we had G2 Minnesota being taken down by OpTic Texas once again with a decisive 3-0. Different team, didn't really matter. Same result for OpTic Texas, just a free dub. On the top side of winners round 2, we of course had the LA Thieves taking on Faze Vegas. The age-old rivalry was reignited, and the LA Thieves took the spark that they lit a few series ago at Major 3 to catalyze their 15 series win streak, and they relit that fire within themselves in this series, catalyzing a deep run in this tournament, right? So looking at the bottom half of the elimination round 3 bracket where we had the G2 side taking on the Paris Gentlemates, the home team was able to use the home crowd advantage to their advantage, and they were able to consequently topple the G2 side, who was mounting some momentum in this series, but after 3-0 loss to OpTic, you have to question just how good these guys truly are, right? Then in the bottom half of the elimination round 3 bracket, we of course had the FaZe Vegas side getting a decisive draws a dash over the Toronto Koi Boys. And then to kick things off on Sunday, we had FaZe Vegas being toppled by the host of the event, the Paris Gentlemates, with a Game 5 barn burner. Really fun one. Definitely watch those highlights if you missed them. Then we followed that up with the winners finals where we had the LA Thieves sweeping OpTic Texas, dismantling the green wall, however you want to say it. And then in the elim finals, of course, the Gentlemates, after beating FaZe, were awaiting the loser of OpTic versus LA Thieves, who, as we know, was OpTic Texas. They got swept, but they took those brooms the LA Thieves used to sweep them. They turned them right side up, and yeah, they started sweeping. So, in the grand finals, OpTic Texas, they turned the brooms upside down and they tried to ward off the newfound evil that was the LA Thieves. They were able to topple them in a game 7. Didn't go to round 11 or anything this time. No drama. I mean, OpTic got the job done pretty decisively in the map 7. So, if you guys missed any of that action, be sure to go back and check out the highlights. Hope you guys enjoyed. No in-depth box scores. I just, weighing this decision, I'm not feeling it right now, if I'm being honest with you guys. So appreciate all the people who have given love and support over the years. And yeah, I'm just going to keep weighing my thoughts and I'll come to a conclusion probably by the end of EWC. So give you guys an update then. Hope you have a great morning, noon, or night like I always say on this channel. And I will catch you guys on the next video, which will be a preview of champs. So once again, this is Chris Breaks First News X Rotation. However, the flip you know me, these are webs, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Peace.